The YouTube content creators ThornbridgeX Unfiltered, husband and wife Jen and Glenn, had a private eye on their show a few nights ago. His name is Bill Garcia. He is retired, but he does pro bono work looking for missing children. He said throughout his career he's found at least a third of the people that he searched for. We're going to pull 5 cards to ask a question, right? And the question is about a checked box. Just remember that. So he said, because he's vetted by law enforcement, that he has access to things that the streamers don't have access to, or the YouTubers. He didn't have much love for the streamers slash sleuthers slash YouTubers. And I don't know if Jen and Glenn know that they are streamers. I haven't seen them edit a video and put up, right? Maybe I missed that. They're YouTubers, and they're also true crimers and sleuthers. But you know what? I respect the fact that they're trying to bring people on the show to answer questions. They brought him on because they had heard that Savannah hired a private eye, which turned out to be not true. That's Brian Enton had reported that before. And then came back and said, oh, it wasn't true, right? And they said, like, if a private eye got hired on at this late stage of the game, where would he start? So that's what they were asking. Here's something rattling in here. Make sure no cards in here. Okay, we're good. And this guy said that he knew who did it, but then he didn't tell us. I'm like, well, then why say that, right? I think maybe he said he had an idea, a great idea of who did it. In any case, I think he's leading to the cartel Mexico side of the thing, which I don't subscribe to that theory as of yet, right? I'm leaving it open, but I don't subscribe to that. But he didn't have a lot of good things to say about the YouTubers and the streamers, so that kind of bothered me, because you don't have to go to school to be a journalist, right? You could be a journalist and not go to school. So he said that because he's vetted by law enforcement, he had access to a lot of forms and things that... Okay. For the people who want me to get to the cards right away, child, that beetle's not going to come get me and take out my eye. So why did you fall? What you trying to tell me, little acorn? Yeah, so he said on this form there was a check box that said that Miss Nancy is deceased. And the day that she got deceased was February 1st. And the address that she got deceased from is somewhere in Phoenix. And so Glenn rightfully asked him, are you sure it's the right Nancy? Do you have a way of checking that out? And he said, yeah. He had her social security number and Escalante drive address in the files. So it's the right Miss Nancy. So he found it weird that they could check that box already, because they said she died on the 1st, and death certificates take forever to come. I know from experience, because I lost my mom 10 years ago, and it takes 6 to 8 weeks to come, right? And so it's like, how could they check that box already? So he said he's going to call and confirm today with the company that he works with, a reputable firm, he said, to find out if that box was checked by mistake or whatever. Who checked that box and why? So I hope they bring him back on to tell us that story, right? So my question is it true? Is that box really checked? Not asking if this man's lying. I'm just asking if the box is truly checked and that somebody actually checked this box. So the first card, oh, this is what we don't see coming, is the Ace of Cups. Aces usually mean yes, so I'm going to say yes, the box is checked, right? The Nine of Cups, fulfillment, satisfaction, gratitude, luxury. And then the Ten of Swords, failure, betrayal, painful endings, crisis. Maybe that could mean that she's truly gone. I had a friend visit me from, he's a YouTube, he's one of my viewers. He's a content creator for TikTok, but he's one of my viewers. Planning Decisions, Discovery Crossroad. He came 3 years ago, stayed in town and stayed, visited us for days. Oh, somebody stressed out. Ooh, somebody stressed out did that. And he came to kick off my birthday week. Yeah, death. Yeah, I'm gonna say the box was checked saying she's dead. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she's dead. I'm saying the box was checked. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Why would they check this box if they don't have a death certificate? I know it takes 6 to 8 weeks. When my mom passed, my dad had to pay for her funeral expenses out of his own money from his credit cards, and then turn in the insurance, the death certificate, to the insurance company, which then they paid out on the insurance. So how could they get a death certificate that quickly? Who did they pay off to check this box? Oh, I have a lot of questions. Questions. I love having questions because that's what tarot is about, right? Questions, questions, and questions. So, what was the question? Why? Why was that box checked? That's weird, right? For it to be the correct Nancy, but for them to have a Phoenix address that doesn't lead to any family members. What the hell's going on with this missing lady? When my friend was here, I was telling him my theories. I have a couple of them. And he was just, oh my God, he just listened. He just listened. Why did you see that death card come up again on the what we don't see coming? The Queen of Swords. This is Savannah. And for the new people, oh, by the way, stay till the end. I'm going to reintroduce myself to my old subscribers and introduce myself to my new subscribers. Okay, so stay to the end. So I gave Savannah this card because of communication. You know, she does that for a living. And these are 3 sharply cut sandwiches. That's how I came up with the idea for that card. And for those who don't know, this is my deck that I made. I know Savannah came at the start, but all 3 of them did this. Annie, Cameron, and Savannah. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only, guys. You know, these are not facts. Inquisitive, curious messenger. This could be that PI guy. He's digging into it now. I don't like when people bash the streamers. Oh, success, public recognition, achievement. Something's going to come out publicly. The lovers. Partnership, harmony, choices, desire. Who did this in partnership with whom? Were they really trying to just like get rid of this lady so they could get her stuff right away? So they need to have her deceased right away? They checked the box saying she's dead. So why? Why, guys? So I gave Savannah this card months ago. So Savannah, working in tandem with they're all 3 of them, all 3 Miss Nancy kids. Was this for clicks and views so Savannah could get her ratings up? What the F? Who the lovers? Annie and Tommaso. You guys know that although I suspect Annie and Tommaso, I like Annie and Tommaso. Not even gonna lie. Why? I'm asking why they did it, and I think the cards answered who. You guys who are tarot readers, help me. Help your girl out, okay? Sometimes your girl is still in questions, but you know, the new people that came on and some of the old people, you guys have lifted me up. You guys like give me confidence, because when you're learning something new, imagine that you're learning how to sing and then you have your first recital. You're scared to death. I went through that. My first recital, I was scared to death. You want to know what song I did for my first recital? It was Christmas time, because I got a scholarship in the summer and I started to take the singing lessons, and it started from day 1 where you didn't sing at all. You just learn about the apparatus, you know. And then Christmas came and the guy gave me a song to sing for Christmas, my teacher. He was the best teacher. And I wanted to sing Oh Holy Night. We're going to ask a question for the Gush. Let me save the stories for the end, because I don't want to get whipped by these people that say, read the cards and shut up, B word. We're going to save the stories for the end. Remind me that I want to tell a story about the song that I did. Chris McDonaugh, I heard this first on Monk's Intrigue, but Chris did a show. I went back to watch what Chris said, not because I didn't trust monks, but because I give everybody their views, right? And he said that law enforcement knows who sent those ransom notes because they have the IP address. How does he know they have it? Because they said both notes came from the same IP address. So that tells you they have the IP address. And if they have the IP address, they pretty much know who the hell sent it, right? I mean, your IP address is very unique, and we could be, you know, they could have this IP address for something. They might not know which one of the 4 of us who live here sent the thing, but they know it came from here, so they just have to figure out which one sent it, right? So I do believe that, but I'm still going to ask the question, does law enforcement know? So we're going to put the book in the middle. This is Lenormand. Does law enforcement know who sent it? Which, Jesus, why did the book come out first? So because we pull 5 cards in, and how I do the Lenormand, I fashion it after Erica from In the Company of Cards. We'll do a line of 5. It reads like a sentence. This is just a different system than tarot. And so we usually pick one to put in. Why is this thing trying to take me out all day? These things off of the street. So we usually, like, if we're gonna pick the man or the woman because we're asking a question about the man or the woman, we'll flip the cards till we find that person, put them in the middle. What comes to the two cards that come before will go in front. The two cards that come after will go behind. But because we picked the book to be in the middle because it gives information and knowledge, and it came up first, we now have to pick 4 cards to go behind it. Got it? So we don't shuffle and move them around. We just pick the next 4 that comes. I have a dental appointment for a cleaning today, and it's 8:22 and I have to get there by 10. So I have to get there like 15 minutes before 10. We're almost done though. So here's the book that we chose. This is about wisdom, secrets, knowledge, information. And there's a blockage. Obstacles are in their way. They, like I said, probably several people live at the location where the note came from. Another reason why they said that Eli knows is because look how quickly they picked up their Kalala when he called and texted, right? They picked him up right away. The fish is about abundance. Let's look it up. Linomont. Commerce, funding, money, wealth, independence. So that person really wanted the money. Okay, a ship is about travel and journey. That person traveled. Oh my God, is it overseas? It's a woman? Well, I know that Dr. Brocado says the second note was definitely sent by a woman, but are both notes sent by a woman? Somebody thinks, Dr. Brocado thinks the first note, that's a housefly, was sent by somebody that was cold, callous, and uncaring, and the second note was sent by somebody who cared. So they live. Is it Annie and Tommaso? I don't think so. I don't think they're dumb enough to do that. And I also don't think that Tommaso is the porch guy, because I think he knew. He's smart enough to know that being that he was the last person seen with her, that they were going to question him hard. So I think even if he's involved, he's not the porch guy. I can give you my opinion as to who I think the porch guy is. I'm not going to call his name again because I don't want to get, I don't want to get in trouble or get nobody else in trouble if it's not true. But I think it's that guy that Patriot Pride showed us a while back that looks like Tommaso, that has the same last name as Tommaso, and he's a chef in Italy. Enough description, right? I think it's him that's the porch guy, and I think that's why they can't find him, because he went back to Italy. The reason why I think it could be him is because of the look, the nose in the mask, the height, and also the fact that a lot of people think that porch guy is long gone. They think he's dead, and some people think he's out of the country, which that guy's in Italy. And he had an opportunity to be here. I don't know if he had the means, I don't know if he had the visa and the money to be here, but he had the opportunity to be here because in Italy, apparently the businesses and restaurants and stuff shut down for 6 weeks during Christmas time. This thing happened at the end of January, right? I wanted to reintroduce myself and introduce myself. So introducing to someone, presenting to others. My name is Barbara, of course. You saw it in the title, Tarot with Barbara. You can call me Barbara. You can call me Barbara, which is my proper name, Barbara. You can call me Barbara, right? Don't call me Deborah. Oh God. In high school, the teachers used to make a lot of mistakes and call me Deborah. You can call me Babs, Babs, but don't call me Barb or Barbie. Just don't like that name. Just was never called that. Don't know why I don't like it. Babs or Barbara. So I've been doing YouTube for 15 years. I'm a food content creator at my other page. I'm not introducing that other page to you guys yet because we're trying to set up little goal markers. So I said when we get to the lowest level of monetization, which I think I'm saying that wrong. I'm saying it's the lowest level because it's not AdSense, right? The goal is AdSense for me, but the lowest level is super chat, super sticker, super thanks, and membership and shopping. And YouTube really counts that as something major because they know that the viewers like to give to the content creators. Like, I consider it tips, like when my daughter used to go sing at the beach. So I'm going to stop saying it's the lowest level of monetization. I'm going to say it's the first level of monetization. And the reason I'm changing my speak is because I see ThornbridgeX always say, our little channel. We started a month ago on our little channel. I'm like, stop diminishing. Like I don't sing this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I sing this great light of mine because I have a great light in me. And that's not being obnoxious or narcissistic to say. You better compliment your own self, right? So I said when we hit that first level that we were going to go live. And so I want you to comment below as to what you want us to do when we go live. Do you just want us to chit chat? You give your theories. I'm going to try to do it on the computer. I don't know if I can call up guests on StreamYard because I'm not paying for StreamYard and they've cut out a lot of the freebies that we got. But you can type in the chat for sure. Or maybe we do a call in. I have a second phone. You could call it out. I don't know. Tell me what you want us to do for the first live. I have a live here already just to open that tab. But we're going to do our first live when we hit the first level of monetization. We're almost there because we have over 700 subscribers. I needed 500. A lot of you came on over the weekend after I did the video on the beautiful Diane Aquarius. I spent much of my weekend just watching her videos, just like soaking up her aura. And I loved her predictions because there was no hatred or animosity in none of her predictions, even if she predicted the passing of you know who, the head chief in charge. I didn't feel any bitterness in her reads and stuff, right? So we need 3,000 watched hours to get to the first level, along with the 500 subscribers. We're about 2,500, I think, watched hours, so we need 500 more. We're gonna get there. I see other people who are trying to monetize their channels go live before they get to the first level. And the live, because if you do 1 hour of live on YouTube, they count it like for 3 hours. So that's why you get to monetization quicker. Let me know if you want me to do that. Let me know if you want me to change that goal and say, Barbara, don't wait to hit the first level before you go live. Go live now. My birthday is Friday. Kicked off my birthday week really well with my friend coming in. He went from Louisiana to Vegas for a little mini vacation. A friend took a shuttle and met him there and spent a couple of days. That's when he learned about the shuttle going to LA, and he found out if they had a stop in Fontana, which is where I live in the IE in California. And he paid his round trip ticket, came on that shuttle, 4 hours ride, because they stopped for bathroom breaks and gas and stuff like that. And he spent the entire day with me. We made a feast for him. My God, today. My God, today. And it was so beautiful. We did our Belizean dinner. I'm from Belize. For the lady from Cayo who said, are you from Belize? Yes. My uncle is Uncle Raja. Runs a little pink bakery that it's called Bella's Bakery. If you guys find my cooking page, because I'm not really hiding it, I'm just not saying the name because I won't say the name until we get to AdSense monetization. 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours to get there. Let's get there by my birthday Friday. Me and Halle Berry have the same birthday, same month, same year, same day. I don't know what time she was born. I was born at 8 o'clock at night. If you're an astrologer or an aspiring astrologer, I will accept a read as a birthday gift. Send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to, what's my email? tarotwithbarbara@yahoo.com. Yeah, tarotwithbarbara@yahoo.com is my email. You can reach out to me there. So what else I want you guys to know? I'm gonna be 60, me and Halle Berry. Every time when the kids were younger, when I was 100 pounds heavier, and I would tell the kids, me and Halle Berry, right? They're like, yeah, but you don't look like her. I'm like, just shut up. Shut up. You know, it's in your own home where it starts, right? So anyways, look, I picked up the deck of cards and Tommaso came on the bottom. Yeah, what else do I want you to know? I have 3 kids. They're all grown. My eldest is 37, just had a birthday in June. My second eldest is 35, just had a birthday July 29th. My daughter is 30, she'll be 31 2 days after Christmas. I'm gonna celebrate 4 years of marriage on December the 20th this year. What else? I lost my mom 10 years ago. So this year are some big numbers for me. You know, the anniversary of my mom's passing. I lost my uncle, my mom's brother, 3 months before my mom, so it's also 10 years for him. I don't know what else I want to tell you guys. I have a second channel where I do reviews, and I'm going back into that channel doing long-term reviews. You know, where if I use a product 9, 10, 15 years ago, I'm talking about it again, especially if I still have the product. So that's why I'm handling 3 YouTube channels at this point, plus my husband's. He's like rebooting his. And I'm the same way you see me right here. I'm the same way when you meet me in real life. I try not to dwell in the negativity. You know, I'm kind of even sorry that I put all that stuff at the end of that last video about when I did about Diane, but you guys have been very gracious. And I only put it because I wanted to thank the people who were there for me, because the one person that was so bitter and angry really just showed me, look how many more are there for you though, Barbara. Don't harp on her. Look how many more are here for you. And the one person that said, I've been reading tarot for X number of years. It was a lot of years. I don't remember if it was 10 or 20. And she says, you're really very good. That blessed me to no end, because I wonder, am I any good? You know I have great discerning skills. A great prophetess that I know told me that I have the gift of prophecy. I don't know about all that, right? And then I'm using the cards as a tool. And I'm prepared to be wrong each and every time. And sometimes I pray that I'm wrong, especially when it's stuff that I don't want to have come true, right? I was going to read on the war that's going on in the YouTube streets between Alex and JLR and Ted and all them other people over there. Again, a third one. Holy Ghost say, don't read it, girl. Shut your mouth. I decided to shut my mouth because in 15 years of being on YouTube, I have never had no issue with other content creators. I've had issues with viewers and subscribers to where I've become too close to them and not really know their motive. And when I find out their motive and I pull back, they get bitter. You know, because if you don't trust me, I don't trust you. They get bitter and then they want to come and attack me. And I've had no drama for years and I don't want any drama. So I'm just going to stay back here in my little lane of YouTube. I very seldom even talk on people's page, and I definitely don't talk from this page, especially in the sleuthing people's page, because they look down on card readers and psychics and stuff like that. So I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, if you have questions, ask. I'm an open book. You guys, I forgot to tell you guys about the song that I did for my first recital. It's a song about Jesus's birth, and it goes like this. As Joseph was a-walking, he heard an angel sing, this night shall be the birth night of Christ our heavenly King. And that's all the song did, was this. No high notes, no low notes, but it was the best song that I could do, because if I had to hit those high notes for All Holy Night, I would have cracked. 4 months into training, a few days later, like a week later, I think, on December the 22nd, I did ice castles for a friend's wedding. And that again, please don't let this feeling end. You know that one, right? So that's what I did, my first singing recital, and I was nervous as heck. And that's how I feel sometimes when I'm reading tarot. So let's go back inside. I was editing the video and realized I didn't tell you guys about the song.